All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy Akeem. Welcome to today's second scout report. Here to talk about another wide receiver entering this year's draft, Josh Harper, coming out of Fresno State. And he had a couple of good seasons in 2013 and 2014, posting over 1,000 yards over the course of the last 2 years. Now, he's actually from Stockton, California, and he was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school, which he was actually recruited by many Pac-12 teams before deciding to head over to the Mountain West Conference and play for the Fresno State Bulldogs. Now, as I mentioned, in 2013, he had over 1,100 yards. This past season, he was first team All Mountain West selection with 1,097 yards receiving and 7 scores. Now, it's time for me to talk about his strengths and weaknesses entering this year's draft. First, the one thing that stands out to him compared to all the other receivers entering this year's draft is his body control. He does a great job adjusting his body to get to the football, and that is one thing that scouts love and lust for a receiver to do. Usually when a quarterback throws the football in the air, it is up to the receiver to get to the football and even make some adjustments, and he's actually one of the best entering this year's draft. Now, also, he has quick feet, and he actually has nimble feet and the quickness to even play like a running back to give you a couple of shake and bake moves. He definitely has some good moves on open field. That is a great thing, and he gets to his top speed very quickly. He runs a 4.5 4.40, and he does have decent hands in catching the football. That is another good trait about him. Now, he does have some weaknesses though. Now, he does work hard in his routes and trying to get open, but he needs to do a better job selling himself in his salesmanship in his routes, and even breaking off a little bit better and selling and bidding the cornerbacks to get out of position for him to get open and separate and create separation. That is one thing he does need to work on. Also, his size, he's a little bit slim, a little bit small for a wide receiver at 6 foot 191 pounds. I see him as a slot receiver entering the NFL because of that size, but he can still play outside as well, but the size is a little bit concerned, and his strength. He actually only bench pressed 13 reps at 225 pounds, and he definitely needs some work as a run blocker. Now, because of these weaknesses, there are some things he does need to work on as far as his routes. I think he's still a good wide receiver, and I actually project him as a 5th round pick of this year's draft, and a solid 5th round pick. Seriously, I think this is a good receiver, and I think he will still make a 53-man roster, but he still has some things that cut out for him that he does need to work on. And also, I need to talk about his speed. His speed is very in question. Now, I told you he could get to top speed very quickly, but as far as his long-term speed, he's a quick player, but he's not extremely fast on the field. He did run a 4.5 4.40, which is pretty good, but still, as far as his speed on the field and with the pads on, it's a little bit different, in which he can get caught from behind at times. That is one thing that scouts have questioned about him, but I still think he's a good player and a solid 5th round pick for this year's draft. Now, I'm going to catch you guys in just a couple more minutes. I have 2 more scout reports for you for today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Akeem Call. Be easy.